Right. Welcome one and all. Welcome to the Virtually Rek't Podcast. My name is Shuey from Power on VR. To my, for you guys on my stream, it's to my right, depending on which stream you're watching. They're going to be all over the bloody place. On my stream, to my right, is the one and only bearded man himself, Surgical, or as we now know him, IndieVR.
Yep.
How's it going, my dude?
Since I had my gender alteration surgery, I am IndieVR. So yes, altercation. Yeah, I came out a bit wrong.
That's a Freudian slip. That's. I had an altercation with an LGBT guy. Yeah, so.
Oh, that's another story. Yeah, that's another story.
Of course, we have the man, the myth, the legend himself, Mr. Mac in VR. How are you doing, my guy?
I'm really, really good. I've been looking forward to this all day, mate. I've been looking forward to this.
Happy days. We are here. We are live. We do the same thing each and every time. We start off with what are we drinking and what have we been playing. So, Indy, what is it you are drinking and what have you been playing?
Today I am a good boy. Just see-through water.
What is it? Whenever I start drinking again, he stops drinking. We don't even discuss it. It just happens.
Yeah, I mean, I've been playing quite a few, man. I've got some games to give away as well. Like 3 keys, I think, for System Critical. And I've got 3 keys for Oathbreakers, which just came out on App Lab. So that's going to be before. I've got it on Steam, and it was just Steam players. But now all the Quest and Steam players play together. So I'm giving away keys for those. What have I played? I played Desperate Vladivostok. Do you know that? The guys that made Boiling Steel?
No, I've only heard bad things about it. I don't want to shift on it because I really like the idea of it.
Yeah.
Is it any good?
I'll tell you what happened. I didn't prepare. My Mindex failure. So halfway through the stream, I had to switch to the Quest 2. And then I couldn't figure out. There's 90 minutes of me just. If you want to see something funny of me fucking losing it with a game, you should watch that stream. And then somebody in chat told me how to actually play. And then it got a lot better. But you move around a hell of a lot. It's a great workout. The only thing for me is the checkpoint system is a bit bastardy. You know, you'll die and go back 3 levels. I did feedback to the dev. But yeah, you stand in one place. A lot of people didn't like that, but once I was into the game and stuff, and when you do really well, you feel like John Wick or whatever. So it's pretty damn cool. And there's all the games are on my channel, guys. There's loads of them that I've done since we last spoke. So yeah, just go check it out.
Awesome. Right, Mac, what are you drinking? What have you been playing?
I've had a bit of a change today. I've gone for an Italian Pinot Grigio.
Pinot Grigio?
Pinot Grigio. Oh, yes. Because, I am get posh and all that. Right, so what have I been playing? Oh, now me and Indy played Aspire 2. We live streamed it, so I've been playing quite a lot of that. I mean, we had great fun on the stream. Apart from the fact, Serge is a bit of a maniac and just goes charging in, starts shooting at things. So I've really enjoyed that. There's going to be, I think, the release date, the embargo lifts a week on Thursday. We're going to talk a little bit more about that later.
Yes.
So I got access for you two, but I've only played with Surgical. So what I'd like to do is obviously play with a less of a psychopath, shall I say?
Are you trading me in for a more bearded model, Mac? Is that what's going on?
I am, yes. I am, yeah.
I mean, you can solve that issue just by growing your beard longer. That's
yeah. You'd have been proud of me actually, because I actually hadn't shaved for a week and I actually had a proper beard, because I can grow a beard pretty quickly. I've got quite a heavy stubble, but
yeah, screenshot it didn't happen, buddy.
So that's what I've been playing. So, Shuey, what are you drinking? I saw your lovely wife handing you some beverages.
Beverages indeed. So, I am on 2 different drinks tonight. I am on a Brewdog IPA, but this is an interesting one actually. It has a little bit of a story behind it.
Yeah, because it's from Aldi.
Right. So this is the thing, right? Aldi actually, in true Aldi style, they ripped off a BrewDog drink. They ripped off the BrewDog Punk IPA, and as a retaliation, BrewDog made Ald IPA, which
Fantastic.
Aldi now sell, which I think is fantastic. And I'm also drinking, rather than an IPA, I'm drinking a nice golden ale, but mainly because my wife saw the lovely picture of the night on there and she was like, well, he's got to have that. Yeah. So that's what I've been drinking. What have I been playing? I have been playing 2 separate games this week. I have been playing Aspire 2, which we're going to discuss more later. In fact, when we discuss it, I'd like to discuss it if you two talk about it from a co-op perspective, and I'll talk about it from a single-player perspective, because I've only played it single-player.
Yeah.
And
because we're the only two. We are the only other 2 people you know who've got it.
I know that GT has it, and I know that Beardo has it, but I don't think they played it co-op. So
right, okay.
I did think about reaching out to them, but honestly, I just couldn't be asked.
That's the spirit.
Well, it's nice to know that you're taking your job seriously.
Oh yeah, in all honesty, like I've worked a lot the last week, so I haven't been doing a huge amount of actual gaming. But the other game that I have been playing a lot of, as I've been playing solidly for the last 4 weeks, has been more Contractors VR.
Oh yes, yeah.
And it's only getting better. Like every single time, it is getting better and better. Every update is getting better, and we've got this new sort of like incentive update this week where we've had like the Halloween update, and we've been running around and there are like specific Halloween levels, and you're actually able to unlock some skins now, which is a really nice new idea that they're putting out there. So it's the only time you're going to be able to unlock them. So you can unlock a flaming knife, some sort of really colourful desert eagle, and a really nice skin for the AWP, I believe. But yeah, they're not hard to get hold of. They're not hard to unlock, and I think it's just an idea for them going forwards. But of course, we did get to play some pretty amazing stuff the other day, didn't we?
Oh my god! I was trying to tell Serge about the Jedi,
the Star Wars Jedi Academy mods.
You just basically spawn in. I spawned in with a lightsaber, and I honestly didn't know what was going to happen, and then I kind of looked up and like saw Shuey about 100 feet in the air hurtling towards me with the lightsaber, and I was like, "What's going?" Dead.
Here's the thing. That mod is
hilarious.
There are only 2 things to that mod. 3 things. Different skins. So you're over a Jedi or a Sith, I think.
Yeah.
You can only use lightsabers, and the only thing you can realistically do is change whether you have a dual lightsaber or whether you have different coloured lightsabers, and they all do the same amount of damage anyway, so who cares? And you can jump like 50 feet in the air. Like that, they are the 3 things that add to this mod, and it is just so much fun.
I think on the live stream, I was laughing so hard, actually my ribs started to hurt.
Yeah.
Because it's just hilarious. No, I think it was last Monday we live streamed it.
Yes.
Yeah, and we had I'm not the world's best Contractors player. That's Fitz, who's put about 50,000 hours in, and Brado and Tassos. But I mean, I get owned, but I really enjoy it. Really good.
Yeah, I haven't played it enough. I played last time with you guys, and I really need to get in. Because I've been invited to play, but I've got to play more. Because I did. What was it we did? I just played around with it. I did a live stream on my own, and like one person joined. That was ages ago, and then I did one with you guys. But yeah, it's really good fun, man. It is really good fun. It's amazing how much it's improved in all the mods that are coming out. It's crazy.
I mean, because like we talked about this. I mean, Pavlov used to be my favourite first-person shooter for like mods, because we did all the Kino de Toten stuff in it. Contractors is just gone. It's just fucking got a turbocharger attached to its engine and just fucked off into the distance. It's just amazing. It's so good. And they brought cross-playing with Quest as well now, haven't they? I'm not sure
Yep,
whether the Quest. Yeah.
When you actually set up a server now, you can actually choose, as far as the modding side of things is concerned, to make a server that is either purely able to be played by PC, or you can make it so that it will only allow mods that work for Quest and PC, which is what I've been doing each time we've been playing on stream, to try and make it as accessible as possible to all of our viewers.
Yeah, because I think Weeble plays on Quest, doesn't he?
Yeah, so does Taz, I think.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
Well, Reeks of Cheese in my chat has just said that they're working on a Team Fortress 2 mod.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's already kind of out. Like, the weapon pack already exists. Because that's one of the things that I think Fitz was talking about the other day. I'm not 100% certain.
He posted up that there's also a what's that game with the giant robots? Titanfall. There's a Titanfall loadout as well.
Yep. So lots of things
cool.
coming. Like, the community was what made Pavlov like the VR shooter of choice for a very long time. On top of the fact that it was free to play Pavlov Shack on the Quest. Like, that's what gave it its sort of big.
Yeah.
But Contractors now has, like, all of the Pavlov modders seem to have moved over to Contractors because it's a better system overall, and the Contractors devs have made it so easy and simple for them to do everything that it's just straight up the shooter of choice. Like, I haven't picked up Pavlov in months. I haven't picked up Onward in months.
Oh, I was just going to say Onward was my go-to military shooter, but I just haven't. Yeah, I haven't played it at all. I've just been playing Contractors. I mean, even like I'm terrible at Contractors. So what I do is I fire up Contractors when I get a spare half hour. I fire up Contractors and just do the zombies, like in the level where you start, or do the mercenaries in the level where you start, and just practice headshotting, practice my reloads, and I'm getting better. But you know, it's just so much fun.
Yeah, I need to see where the Black Ops Zombies is at now as well, because when I tried like a month ago, it was quite basic. Because that's the main. That was the thing that pushed me to buy it. It was like Star Wars is great, Halo's great, but I love my zombies, which I think
you do.
At the moment, I think Pavlov probably is going to win with zombies, but the version on Contractors seems, I don't know, like the zombies, the way they move and things like that, it seems very accurate to the actual game, the original Black Ops game. So
yeah,
that's going to be great, man.
Somebody in my chat has just come in, Rudy Zavedno. Hi guys, has anyone tried Pico Fort and Elite Dangerous combo? I used to play a lot of Elite Dangerous using my Index, and the Pico I think has superior screens, so you can take from that what you will.
Here's the thing, I haven't jumped into Elite Dangerous at all, and the reason being is that I know I'll lose myself in it.
Yeah,
I don't have time.
I had to quit. So I played it so much. Like, me and a good friend of mine who doesn't play anymore, we sort of worked out this routine where you could sort of grind money, because I wanted this specific ship. So I grounded for about a week. Eventually got enough money to afford the ship. Had to insure the ship as well, because in Elite Dangerous, if your ship blows up and you haven't got it insured, you're fucked. And then was looking at upgrading the ship and realised that to fully upgrade the ship to what I wanted it to do, it was like a sort of fighter freighter class. So you could do bounties, and you could also run cargo. It was like 4 times the price of the ship that I bought, and I just went, I haven't got time.
Yep.
I haven't got time. I love that ship, but I just haven't got the time.
I kind of wish, I don't know if you guys find this, I kind of wish that occasionally I didn't start my channel. And like, I wouldn't have met you guys, I wouldn't have gone to VGX, and I wouldn't have met everyone there, and I wouldn't, I would be a lot poorer, in a lot of respects, like both socially and monetarily. and I've learned a huge amount from all of it. But occasionally, I find myself thinking, if I wasn't making YouTube stuff and TikTok stuff and streaming, I'd actually have time to get into something like Elite Dangerous.
Yeah, and it goes on sale for like a £5, doesn't it? And then I don't know if you guys own it, but it's always for
I
£5.
own it on 3 different platforms.
I had it on the PlayStation flat screen, and I did enjoy it, and just exactly the same. It's like what was the other one called? Elite Dangerous, and the other space one. That's
No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
Which I also own on 2 separate platforms.
Yeah, and it's like it's just a tin of worms for me. It's just going to end up sucking away my life.
I played the original Elite on a BBC Micro back in the 80s.
Fucking hell.
So
this is unusual. This, and I can't remember what console it was for, but it got released for a console, and it was like a. Do you remember the old plug-in cartridges?
Yep.
It was a plug-in cartridge. It could have been the NES. Somebody please correct me if I'm wrong.
I was going to say, I don't think it would have been the NES. I'm gonna quickly Google it and see what we find.
Because I went into my local sort of guy who was like a collector in. He had a shop in Shildon, just down from where I live. And I walked in and I looked at this cartridge and I just was like, "Is that Elite for the NES or SNES? I can't remember." And he was like, "Yeah," and I was like, "Oh, I'll buy that." And he was like, "Oh, I don't think you will because it's 50 quid because it's so rare." So I did buy it in the end, but there you go.
Yeah, so apparently you were right, Mac. It was the NES, according to Reeks of Cheese.
There you go. Yeah.
I'm going to start calling you... Sorry, mate?
Oh, no, sorry, I was just reading what Paul was saying. I heard Odyssey or something really screwed up the VR experience. I wouldn't be surprised.
Odyssey. Oh, as like an update for Elite.
Yeah.
It was the first person, like you get out and go onto the planet stuff, I think, which I was really interested in.
Yeah, the thing is, I mean, there are other games that do that better. So, I know they did it for the flat screen people, but yeah, Elite Dangerous in VR is amazing. It's just amazing. Because I had the ship I bought was had a bubble cockpit, so you were kind of sat in your chair out in this bubble cockpit. Ugh, yow.
So my father was obsessed with Elite when he was younger.
Oh, I was, yeah.
It was too full my time for me to be obsessed with it. I have played it, but yeah. Way too old for me to be obsessed with it. But my mother's boyfriend, he's actually met the designer of Elite. He went to go and have a meal with him, I think, at some point.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so like a nice little thing that he's just got that little sort of
Brabham? David Brabham?
Oh, I don't know off the top of my head. I'm not. Author was Robert Holdstock.
Right. Okay. I'll have to. Who was David Brabham then? Or was it Brabham? I'm gonna have to quickly Google this because David Brabham. Yeah, David Brabham. He's the guy who did the. He's the guy who did.
Oh no, sorry, no, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Robert Holdstock was the guy who wrote the novel.
Oh right, okay. No, the David Brabham is the guy who actually made the game originally for the BBC.
Braben and Bell.
Yeah, it was weird because I could only play it at school because I had a Spectrum at home, but then they did release a version on the Spectrum which suited it perfectly well because it was just black with ray trace lines. Ray trace? No, it's not ray trace. I can't remember what it was called anyway. Yeah, David Brabham. Yeah, Sim. I thought it was. Sorry, we got sidetracked there, didn't we? Started talking about contracts.
I was going to say, like super nostalgic gameplay.
Yeah, absolutely cool. Yeah.
No, I would. The thing is, I really want to find. I want to find a point, probably next year, where VR is super underrepresented for the month. Like, there's nothing coming out. No one gives a shit, and I'm just going to spend like 3 weeks playing Elite Dangerous and various other like flight space sims.
Yeah, well, for me, it's sim racing because I love my sim racing, but at the moment, my rig is actually hanging up in the garage, and I'd love to just get my sim rig out and just play Automobilista or Assetto Corsa Competizione. Just just spend a week just honing your skills, and because, like you said, I mean, this is my job now. I am full time. And actually, I now play less than I used to because I'm doing tech reviews and I'm editing videos and you'll know exactly what it's like, Surgical.
I know there's a few people that have got sim rigs and they're waiting for you to do a sim stream, like Louverture. I know Colt has got, Colt Tangent's got a sim rig. There's a couple other people as well. So, yeah, do you reckon you're going to do a sim rig like stream or?
Yeah,
I know we spoke about it quite a bit. So
I reckon you should do one along with the monthly with Buck 3131.
Yeah, we were talking about getting Buck on the show actually, weren't we?
Yes, we were. There's actually quite a few people, and we need to actually get that sorted, really.
Yeah, because this is only season 1, episode 22, so it's not as if we had plenty of time.
Yeah, I know, right? Right. Anyway, so let's move on to. We haven't actually hit on any of our initial subjects.
No.
So, tell you what, Mac, let's pick a subject.
Okay, we'll talk about the Pimax because I've done a video on the Pimax and I've watched the full display, their presentation, so I'm kind of clued up on that. I know that Reeks of Cheese is desperate to talk about the pre-built PC that Pimax are actually making specifically for the Crystal and the QLED 12K. So we already knew the Pimax Crystal was coming because they announced it in November last year, but they didn't give any details, and it was all renders. It was all like rendered images, and there was no actual working prototype. But this time, I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday. Anyway, they actually had a working model. He actually was holding it. The presenter was holding it in his hands, and bloody hell! So I'm going to go through the spec here, which I've got written down because it's. So you've got 2880 by 2880 pixels per eye, mini QLED HDR displays. So those screens are pretty cool, and they are actually like QLED. So you're going to have these. They also talked about this local dimming technique which they were using to increase the contrast. So it did look really good. So the Pimax Crystal can be played standalone like a Quest and tethered to a PC VR, a PC. So it has a Qualcomm XR2 chip built in, like a Quest does, like the Pico does, like the Pico 3 and 4. It has pancake lenses. The field of view is up to 140 degrees, but there's 2 different lens inserts which you can use. One 36 ppd, which gives you the maximum field of view, and the other lens is 42 ppd, which reduces your field of view but increases the clarity. And apparently it's up to you what you do. I would go for the 140 degrees field of view, to be honest. Up to 160 hertz refresh rate, if your PC can handle it. It has hot swappable batteries like the Bobo VR M2. It has 4 cameras for 6 degrees of freedom tracking, but you can also buy a faceplate if you're like Surgical and you have an Index. The faceplate is compatible with Lighthouse base stations, so that's pretty good. So you can improve your tracking. There is another faceplate you can buy, which has a 32 gigabyte color camera in it, so you can do mixed reality stuff similar to the Pico 4 and the Quest Pro. It has very similar audio to the Valve Index, but it has it's called DMAS, and it has DTS built in. It has eye tracking and face tracking, and the IPD adjustment is automatic, so the eye tracking looks at your eyes and adjusts the IPD for you. They have a fiber optic display port cable for wired PC gaming, which is included in the headset, and the headset is also Wi-Fi 6E compatible. And there's a WiGig dongle that you can buy separately. I like to point out the faceplates for base station tracking are they're optional, and the 32 gig pass-through camera is optional, and the WiGig support is also optional. But basically, it's basically lossless PCVR wireless streaming. So, and the price, right? Are you sitting down, everybody? The price, $1,599. So only $99 more expensive than a Quest Pro, and it's just
yeah. like your video said, right? Is it blows it out of the water or off the planet or something?
Blows off the planet.
Yeah. Compared to I mean, that's literally a VR nerd's dream right there, right? Everything wrapped into one.
Yeah, absolutely.
So way, because I can't see that.
No, trust me, it's so difficult to get information from Pimax. You know, like sort of, it's kind of like smoke and mirrors with them. I don't know.
If I'd have bought a Quest Pro, right, I'd be happy that I had a Quest Pro. I'd be more happy that I could have afforded to buy a Quest Pro. But if I'd have bought a Quest Pro and then seen this, I'd have been like, well, shit.
Exactly. That's exactly what I tried to get across in the video that I did. And it's a really good point, this. Sorry, Virtually, if I got your name wrong, I do apologize. The original price that they announced in November was $1,900. So during the presentation, they said, due to the reduction in price of some of the items we need in the supply chain, we can proudly announce that we've brought the price down from $1,900 to, say, $1,600. So they actually dropped the price by 300 quid. And if you already own a Pimax headset, you can trade the Pimax headset in against the price of the Crystal, which is, I mean, like, Pimax as a company treats its customers beautifully, not like, as Surgical will attest, Meta.
yeah, it's great to see someone else pulling out a fucking nice headset like that, man. And I mean, I've only experienced Meta and Steam, but VR-wise customer service, and this is like night and day. Which we did a video, Mac, didn't we? With
we did, yeah.
Mate, oh, what the hell? How can I forget his name? Toothpaste. Skillex, there you go. Sorry, Skillex, if you're watching.
Toothpaste. Skillex is forever now known as Toothpaste. Oh my God. I showed my wife the end of that live stream that we did. The end of the interview that we did, and she was killing herself laughing. And she just said, you should do that. You should just do that in Neos.
Yeah.
Because it was crazy.
When is this thing coming out?
Right, so pre-orders were opened at the end of the presentation. I think you got priority if you already had a Pimax.
Pimax.
Anyway, they call them Pimaxians. They sold out. The first ranch has sold out. Those headsets are going to start shipping in at Christmas 2022, and then they will, as the production ramps up, they will open up more pre-orders. But one of the things I like about them is they're just basically openly admitted we fucked up with the 8KX or whatever it was called, and we had loads of problems. You know, we're really sorry that we did that, but this is, you know, we have learned our lessons, and we are now moving forward and doing this. So they have another headset coming out, which they said is 70% of the engineering and software is done, and this is the 12K QLED, which apparently is going to have a near human or a human eye field of view, this way, not that way, and it sounds incredible. Though I don't know what kind of PC you're going to have to run it, because crikey,
couple of 4090s at least, one for each eye.
That's if the 4090 doesn't burst into flames in your house. Oh, we should talk about that.
Really, yeah, that's. I mean, I think that's fairly well known. But yes, we should discuss that tonight.
Yeah, that's really.
Let's just do that now. Actually,
yeah,
because it's not going to be a particularly long thing. You keep seeing, like, there's been a sort of run of VR content creators recently being like, I've just recently got a 4090 and I'm poor now, but look what I can do. And that's great. Like, I would love a 4090, obviously. Why wouldn't I? They're insane. But at the same time as being insane, they're also setting on fire. So I mean,
anybody that knows about GPUs, I mean, I've got an RTX 2080 Ti. It has an 8 pin. I think it's got an 8-pin power supply. But this 4090 has what's the word I'm looking for? It has its own connector.
Yes.
Yeah. So basically, when you buy the 4090, it comes with this cable that you put into your power supply, and then you plug it into your 4090. But please, under no circumstances, bend it.
Yeah. Like I've seen videos of people where there is literal smoke coming up from their GPU. I've seen people that are obviously checking their connectors, and luckily they've managed to find like that it's now melted before it's actually set on fire and destroyed both their GPU and their connector and the rest of their PC.
Yeah.
But it's insane, right? Like, Nvidia in the last 6 weeks have almost become the villain of the story. Like, AMD have never really been the villain, but they've never really been the hero either. Like, when it comes to GPUs, at least. When it comes to CPUs, they've had several points throughout the sort of history of them producing them where, like, you had the Athlon X2, or you had the like Phenom 4 Black Edition, and that was like the gamer's choice at the time. And then like Intel started to come back, and then we had the Ryzen, like the Ryzen 7, the Ryzen 9 series coming, and that was all very well and good. But as far as the GPU is concerned, like, I've always bought Nvidia GPUs because they have a lot less problems with their drivers, and their hardware has always been pretty solid, and it works really, really well without any kind of bottlenecking with Intel CPUs, and that's all been very well and good. But recently they've dropped, is it EVGA that they've dropped, or no, sorry, EVGA dropped them.
Yeah, Mark Alexander just said in my chat, fuck off.
Yeah. So yeah, they dropped them, and then as it turns out, their 4090 series is the size of a house. It actually requires like food, alcohol, and electricity to run. It does solve the energy crisis because it creates its own fire. Like
keeps
that's exactly, it keeps your house warm, keeps you warm. But then, of course, in the last week, I think maybe 2 weeks, we've had AMD turn around and been like, well, here's the 79,000 million gazillion XTX model which does everything the 4090 does, plus it doesn't burn down your house, and it does a whole bunch of other stuff. And it's like, well, at this point, I think actually, like, my upgrade next, unless Nvidia really sort their shit out. Oh yeah, because I also forgot to mention, of course, the 4080 debacle, where it was a 4070 that they'd bloody rebranded, like, absolutely.
Yeah, that was just underhand. It was just
That's
underhand.
villainous.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, you're right. It is. Yeah.
I think Googly Games just said that it's the same speed as a 4090 at 300 watts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the pricing is like, as Rudels just said, like, pricing 4090, 2,300 euros, 4080, 1,500 euros. Just too much for 99% of us. Agreed. And the XTX, I think, is a lot cheaper than that, as far as I'm aware.
It's like $600 cheaper.
I think they were saying that the XT model was like going to be $800.
Yeah.
Which is like, it's not the top end one, but that's like their 4080 version.
Yeah, it's not that far behind as far as performance goes. So
no, that's very, very affordable. As far I know, $800 is a lot of money, but it's very affordable as far as a graphics card upgrade is concerned.
So I watched the video about it the other day, and please correct me if I'm wrong here, but what AMD did was very clever with the GPU. They've made the shader and something else separate. So if the shader's getting hammered, this other part of the GPU can sort of sit back a little bit and take less power. And if the shader isn't getting hammered, then it was... Oh, Christ, I can't remember who it was I was watching, but it was very, very clever the way that the AMD were balancing the power and the performance of their GPU. So it's not like a 4090, which is just going all the time. It was like the GPU is going, all right, well, this is getting hammered, so I should put power there. Or this is getting hammered, so I should concentrate on this. And it actually made something like a 25% reduction in the power supply requirement. So, you know, these things, they run quiet, they run cool. Yeah, might be time to switch to AMD.
Here's the thing. I sat there and watched Bido Benja's video today on he was testing
Cyberpunk.
out Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
And I'm obsessed with that game again at the moment. Even though I'm not playing it, I'm obsessed with it. Because I loved it when it was first released. Even though it was slated and it had every reason to be slated, I didn't experience any of the problems that other people were experiencing. So I just got to play this really fun game with some really cool ideas in it, and I just enjoyed the shit out of it. Here's the thing. I recently also watched the Edge Runners anime that was produced alongside it, and it was phenomenal. And so watching that again, I'm like, I'm gonna actually have to go and get the mod and try and get it running as best possible, so that I can sit and just play it. And actually, I might do a live stream playing some Cyberpunk, because we need more games where we can do cool shit like that. And Cyberpunk is a great example of something that should be in VR.
Have you played it, Mac? Cyberpunk?
I haven't played Cyberpunk. No, I haven't played any of the... Oh, that just reminds me of something else. Hold on. I'm just going to write it down there. I haven't played any of the mods. I haven't played the GTA mod. I haven't played the Red Dead mod. The only one I have played was Dr. Beef's Doom 3 port to Quest 2, which was excellent.
Yes, it was.
The fact that it was running on a standalone headset, and the fact that I actually screamed like a big girl on several occasions, because Doom 3 was more of a sort of jump scare game than the sort of Doom and Doom 2, which were more like obviously the action adventure games. I haven't played them. No, sorry. Have you?
No, never. No, I never played any VR mods. I don't think I did like a GTA 5 mod.
Half-Life 2.
Oh yeah. I guess that.
I mean, that was great.
For about
yes, it was.
for about an hour I did GTA 5, but that was years ago on I've forgotten what it's called. That thing that lets you play stuff in VR, Vortex, I think it was.
Vortex,
yeah.
All right, yeah.
But Yeah, I still need to do a deep dive into that more because of the index and the FOV and stuff. I'm sure there's ways, because there's some really good games in there that I played, but it's just the whole getting the picture right, the right size, and
But
you get the edges.
You've got this thing now with the Unreal Engine 5 where Prey Dog has an injector which can basically just make an Unreal Engine 5 game work in VR. So you don't have to fuck around with Vortex anymore. It's just soon. Who's it? Sorry if I pronounced your name wrong.
Weird.
Just finished the Village. Oh, the Resident Evil Village mod. The Heisenberg fight was incredible. Oh, I'd just like to point out as well that in my chat we actually have a Pimaxian because Claybomb has an 8KX. So, Claybomb, give me some money, please. You must be rich.
I was gonna say, like, at that point, mate, start funding small, countries. It's like, why are you messing around in VR when you can just own Brazil at this point?
Yeah,
exactly.
Just have your own island. How much does the 8K go for then? Couple of grand?
God. Yeah.
Pimax 8KX, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Let's have a look. So it's not that expensive. It's only $12.50.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Really? Oh, they must have reduced the price.
It is reduced down from $14.70.
Ludovic Morial, who used to be known as Apg, says, I own a 4090. I was listening to your discussion while I was lapping around Bathurst in Assetto Corsa Competizione. So far, hasn't melted.
Well, when you stop actually talking on this stream, we'll know that actually your entire house has just exploded in a nuclear fireball.
Yeah, okay. Claybomb says you guys just need to stay single. Have you? This is going to seem like a strange question, but have you watched Battlefield Friends? Do you know who the Colonel is, and do you have a shit bucket?
No.
No, and no.
Oh, you haven't watched Battlefield Friends? My God. It is the ultimate cartoon about gamers. It's on YouTube. It's all free. And basically, it's 4 or 5 guys who play Battlefield together. And it's just every single cliche about playing video games competitively that is just, it's just amazing. It's just amazing. You need to go. So that's what you can do when you've got an hour. You can watch probably all 3 or 4 seasons in an hour because they're only like 2-3 minutes long. It's just so if you're a gamer, it's just it hits every single angle, every single thing that you've ever experienced, every frustration you've ever had. It's just amazing. Come on, guys, shout out if you've watched Battlefield Friends in the chat. Get shouted out.
I know you reckon.
Carry on.
I know. I was just going to say, Mac recommended it to me a couple of times. I watched maybe 30 seconds of a clip, so I did technically watch it, maybe a bit more.
Oh, Ludovico is not Apg. Oh,
Apg's in my chat being like, no, that's not me.
Oh, I thought somebody said to me that Apg was now called Ludovico. So I apologise, my friend.
So you should.
I don't have a 4090. I'll buy you one. No, I won't fucking buy you one. I can't afford to buy myself one.
No, none of us can afford the insurance quotes on the 4090 blowing up houses, let alone our next door neighbours' houses.
And I would like to point out that I am actually streaming from a wooden house, so that has insulation that is extremely
Yeah, but you're a fireman. You'll be fine. You just click your fingers and it'll be out.
I'm not a fireman anymore. I'm a YouTube content creator, I'll have you know.
Well, you're always going to be a fireman.
Oh, right. So, 4090's done. Pimax Crystal's done.
Pimax done.
What's next on the docket?
Right, because I know you've all played this. So on my Twitter account the other day, ANB Seth followed me, So if you know who AMB Seth is, he did he did the Gunman contracts levels. You must have played them, Serge.
No,
Half-Life Alex?
I played one mod on Half-Life Alex.
Was it a nude mod?
It was to do with virtual masturbation of some sort. No, it was it was the GoldenEye. GoldenEye.
Oh, the GoldenEye one. Yeah, that as well. Right, so AMB Seth, if you don't know, you've got Half-Life Alex. AMB Seth did these 2 levels called Gunman Contracts. The first one is a rescue mission, where you have to go into a bar, you have to find this girl who's been kidnapped and you have to bring her back out again. The second one is John Wick in VR. That's it. It's just John Wick in VR. You just go into this hotel lobby, you're trying to find this guy, and it's just absolutely amazing. So anyway, AMB Seth followed me on Twitter. So I was like, oh, that's interesting. I'll go to AMB Seth Twitter account and see what he's doing. And he is doing a standalone Half-Life Alex complete Gunman Contracts game. And he's been working on it for over half a year now. So if you've played Gunman Contracts, you know why I'm so excited, because it's just quality. It was just quality. I can't believe I can't get you involved in this conversation, Serge, because you haven't played it, even though you're a massive Half-Life Alex fan.
Yeah. I don't have any mods. I had loads. I just literally today finished fresh installing my whole PC, so I've got nothing on there. It's naked.
Apart from your porn. Apart from your midget porn.
Well, that's on the cloud. But there's also I need to download it and try it. Basically, I do.
Yeah, it's amazing. Like the first level, the first Gunman's Contract would probably only take you, I think, 10, 15 minutes.
If you can quite short. One go, it's probably 15 minutes, I reckon.
Yeah, it's pretty. But the second one, going through the museum, through the art gallery.
Yeah.
Motherfucker! These guys jumping out at you, and you actually do feel like Keanu Reeves and John Wick. It's just amazing.
It's oddly satisfying and yet so simplistic what he's done with it.
Yeah.
I
agree.
Like the
hello, dog.
Dog.
Is he calling me a dog again?
There's a dog in your background.
Oh, is there a dog in my background again? Oh, she keeps coming in and ruining my green screen.
I just see these ears.
Oh, she's got upset now. She's running away.
Oh,
she's running away. Yeah, no. So, I mean, it's as I said, it's simplistic and yet amazing all at the same time. And the one thing that a lot of people were screaming out for was other weapons, so that you weren't just running around with a pistol.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what the full game that he's creating is actually designed to allow you to do as well. So it's not sort of more limited to how a Half-Life Alex works.
So two-handed weapons?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that is going to be incredible.
Yeah, and I think you're actually able to pick them up off of enemies from what I've seen as well, so...
Okay, cool.
Oh,
yeah. I mean,
wow. He's obviously going like way further than just using the Half-Life Alex engine at that point, because that's actually quite a limited engine. Yeah,
it is. And so this goes back to that Boneworks thing that we were talking about 2 weeks ago, when I said, right, I didn't like Bone Lab on the Quest and PCVR, and you said you downloaded 400 mods and some of them were amazing. So this goes back to that. It's like, if you have clever people like AMB Seth obviously is, then they can do things which are, I mean, you've got to think about the original Half-Life. That sprung Dota and Team Fortress and CSGO, and these really clever people can do so much things with these engines. It's absolutely incredible.
And yet, we haven't seen something like that come out of the Half-Life Alex engine as such, have we?
No.
We haven't seen standalone games come out of that yet. So
So this could be the
I'm
first one.
Yeah, this could be the first one, and I would be interested to see what Valve do with it.
Yeah. So just in case anybody hasn't played the Gunman contracts, the first level is basically reusing assets from the game. The second level has new assets. So the sort of museum art gallery you're going through, that is completely new. The restaurant, I don't want to give the end away, but like the sort of the bit at the end, that is all completely new. So yeah, he was creating new assets in the Half-Life Alyx engine, whereas the first one was more of a sort of rehash. But I mean, brilliantly done. You can't criticize him for what he did. It was amazing.
So when is this? Does he have a date or anything? Has he given any info, or is it just? I know I saw him tweet he's working on it, but I haven't seen anything else on it.
I don't know. No, I don't know. He just said that I think it was just a fact to advertise it. I mean, if you have, how much would you pay for it? Complete standalone game in the Half-Life Alyx engine with Gunman contracts.
Tenner. I'll give him a tenner for it. Like at this point, I don't know whether that sounds cheap to you. But I feel like that's a reasonable price to pay for something that I don't imagine at this point is finished.
Yeah, because also you have to own Half-Life Alyx as well.
This is the thing, and that's not a cheap game.
And is it going to be a Patreon thing as well, where you got to be on his Patreon, or do you talk about just?
I don't know how that works.
Yeah.
No, I mean it depends, because look at what Valve did for the Half-Life 2 VR mod. They just basically said, "Yeah, push it out." That was free. How would Valve feel about somebody charging £10 to use their engine? But then you got to remember that CS:GO and Dota and Team Fortress, they weren't free either, and they were basically mods.
They were mods, but I think they were actually being sold by Valve themselves once they started being sold.
Okay, so maybe A and B Seth can go to Valve and say, "There you go. Here's a game based on the Half-Life engine. Will you sell it?" They'll say yes. We'll take 30%. You get 70%. So I'd actually
Valve, hire me, please.
Yes, I'd pay £10 to £15 for that. If you have to own the Half-Life Alyx.
Yeah.
If you don't have to own Half-Life Alyx. Yeah,
maybe 20 quid.
Yeah, I'd go for 20 quid. If it's like a full, sort of 5 to 10 hour campaign, depending on the difficulty, 5 hours for easy, 10 hours for hard. And I tell you one thing, Gunman Contracts was hard. It was, if you decided to go for the hardened levels, you had to hit those headshots. You could not miss those headshots.
Yeah, I remember your video was just like everything was a headshot.
Yeah, you had to. That video looked amazing, but that was about 5 or 6 runs all stitched together.
I was going to googly mention something. I streamed RFVR the other day. Did you know you're one of the voice actors in RFVR?
Who, me?
Yeah. There's a guy who sounds like you. He's one of the mercenaries you can now hire. I'll have to show you.
I thought you were genuinely serious. I was just like, at that point, I think there needs to be some sort of legal battle here.
If Chicken arises and MFG do want to use my voice, I'm quite happy for them to do that.
Yeah.
I love that game. It was amazing.
I'll find the clip and I'll send it to you guys. It's pretty funny. But yeah, there's updates. There's been quite a few updates since you last played, Mac, as well. I think they put some kind of housing update up as well recently. So there's a lot going on with that game.
Okay. I just need to take a quick comfort break. I'll be back in a minute. Entertain yourselves while I'm gone.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm just reading about... I've just quickly had a look at AMB Seth's Patreon. Because I wanted to have a look... Oh, he's put his mic too close to his bloomin' headset, hasn't he? I can hear I can hear it coming back on myself. So this is if you can hear Mac as well as me, or you can hear Mac's reverb of me, then that's his problem, not mine. This blooming flight is going to drive me insane. Okay, so I'm having a look. On the 1st of November was his last standalone update. The reimagination of Chapter 1. This time the Sleazy Bar will expand it to be a full-blown, sleazy, worn-down nightclub. Okay, so he's including his original Gunman Contracts levels, but redone in his standalone game, which I think is pretty cool. He's actually got a... Oh, hang on. Maybe I can stick this on the screen for you people to have a look at. Right, okay, so let's have a look and see.
Right, where's your stream? I've got so many windows open.
Right, okay, so you should be able to hear my mic again now, annoyingly. I don't know why that had turned off when I switched over. Let's, and then you should be able to hear them as well now. Right, okay, so let's find stream. Okay, so this is from AMB Seth's Patreon. Let's see if this is going to work.
Yep, there you go, it's up.
So, yep, so this is his Pistol Combat devlog number 3 on his standalone, and this was about 3 weeks ago.
Right, I'm going to... Hold on a second, let's get no, wrong podcast.
Now, obviously, make sure that you understand that this is super basic. This is very early alpha stuff of what he's doing, so... Okay, so he's got... Yeah, he has got two-handed weapons. Because he's got pistols, he's got AK and a shotgun.
Oh, shotty!
But he's only showing the pistols in this. I think you can change the soundtrack, depending on what you want to listen to while you play. That's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah, so I got
with the silence, that looks gorgeous.
I got audio. I got a strike on my channel because the video had that music, the classical music in the background.
Which is why I got rid of the music and I used my friend's audio that he made.
Yes, you did. You did. Yes, that was a great video. That
the hands look so much better. And the sound for the pistol sounds amazing.
Oh, I've got the sound muted. Sorry, hold on.
Yeah, no, you really should listen to the sound because the sound sounds phenomenal.
Oh, I've got the sound.
And they've got new character models, different pistols. That was a UMP that I just saw that guy with.
Right, I'm gonna mute that because that's the music that got me demonetized.
Yeah,
I don't care if this gets demonetized. I want to listen to the music. Was he just firing through cover then? Because that would be quite interesting.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he shot through the door.
Yeah, I need to try these mods, guys. I need to download Half-Life Alyx.
Yeah.
I know I've been saying it for years, but...
Well, you got it free with your index, didn't you?
Yeah, no, I tried. Well, I got the cash. I got the 40-odd quid back from them because I already had Half-Life. Yeah.
Please pick up that shotgun. I know it's pistol combat, but please pick up the shotgun. I just want to see it.
Right.
Mobeast, I think if you just Google AMB Seth Patreon, it'll all come up.
Hang on, I'll drop a link into all of the chats.
Yeah, nice one, dude.
I'm assuming that you've played. Check Devlog 2, and you'll see bullet penetration from Game on Scorpio. Wow. Yeah.
Okay, right. Let's play the Devlog 2 quickly and have a very quick look at that because I'm skipping forward a bit. Oh yeah, he's showing the bullet penetration. That looks awesome. Please, there was a picture of an AK, so that's what I want to see here. I don't care about the pistols anymore because I've seen them.
I don't think he's going to show that. I think that's going to be a work.
Oh, no. Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Oh, yes, he is.
312. Come on. Two-handed weapons, people. And the bullet penetration. Oh my god, that looks so good.
Oh,
is it random? It seems to there seems to be like a random amount of damage produced per bullet.
I've seen this.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, Meaty versus the World. This is a Half-Life Alyx mod called Gunman Contracts by a guy called AMB Seth, and he's actually making a full game. So
Yeah.
I think
Shotgun looks good as well.
Dementia. Yeah, I watched this and I didn't even realise what I was watching, guys.
The
Last
spread
month.
looks amazing.
Oh,
Okay,
wow.
this has got me a lot more hyped than I thought it was going to be. Like, I was already kind of I love what he's doing for the VR community.
Yeah. So, if you have to buy it through Patreon or you have to spend 10 quid or 15 quid, make sure you buy it and make sure you play Gunman Contracts 1 and 2 because they are amazing. They do make you feel like John Wick. I saw this motherfucker kill 3 people in a bar with a pencil, a fucking pencil.
With a pencil, yes, we've heard. Always with the fucking pencil.
So
Yeah.
if anybody's watching, that's a John Wick quote.
Yeah.
Oh, he killed 3 dudes with bullet penetration.
Yeah, that's pretty
Wow.
sweet. Okay, this is looking better and better.
Oh, that looks amazing.
Let's switch
That
back
looks
to the big
absolutely
view.
amazing. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, no, that's like A&B Seth stuff is obviously fantastic. I didn't realize he was quite as far forward as he is. Those devlogs look awesome, and like those devlogs are not that far apart really. Like the first devlog video was on 6th of September. I know, I'm gonna just give up with saying the word. So yeah, like that's only 2 months worth of that word that I'm not saying anymore.
C devs on the dev shore.
Yes, exactly. Those words, those are things. But yeah, no, I'm going to sign up to his Patreon actually.
Yeah, I think I am as well. Yeah, absolutely.
Because I am more than happy. All my mods can be found free. I'm trying to work out whether I hope he's going to charge for this.
He has to. He's been working on it for. I mean, I know from his previous posts that he has actually employed, and this is his other job. You know, like same as Power on VR is an amazing YouTube content creator, but he also works with shit. Literally. He's not denying it.
Yep.
Yeah. So, yeah, support the guy. Anyway, if you haven't already, go and Half-Life Alyx, open the game, or you can actually do it through Steam as well.
Yep.
Go to the mod page and download
the workshop page.
Workshop. Download Gunman Contracts 1 and 2. 1 is really good. 2 is like very good. So
Yeah, I'll do that. I mean, I didn't like the film. It's a bit too fucking Bollywood for me.
Alright, I'm just gonna.
But I will play.
I'm just gonna.
I'm gonna mute.
Gonna disconnect.
I'm gonna mute
this guy
Serge.
from the rest of the
who is
podcast.
It was like a fucking Indian film, guys. It's like, I grew up being forced to watch that shit. It's just bollocks.
Actually muted myself. Yeah, okay. So we don't know who that guy is. Who is he?
I was going to say, just so that we're clear, Serge, when I was with Mac, right, me and him were absolutely hammered. We were smoking cigars. We'd ordered a pizza. And what did we sit down and watch? We sat down and watched frickin' John Wick at like 2 in the morning.
We
Bollywood.
did. We watched the one with Halle Berry as well because she is hot as very hot stuff.
And ignoring that bit, I like the dogs. Big fan of the dogs in that movie.
Big fan of dogs. I'm a big fan of dogs anyway.
Yeah, it's just not my kind of film, unfortunately.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, you're gone. Sorry, Serge. You're
And
out of my
and there
line.
is and that. Hold on a second, Mac. There is that film copied the Bollywood film from the 80s, where the same thing happens, except this is the story. It's a real film, and instead of the owner going after the killers, I think they kill the owner, and the dog chases down all of the people that killed his owner, and it's based on an Indian film. Yeah. It's a real true story.
We watched the first John Wick because my missus is also a big fan of John Wick. She loves ultra-violent films.
Yeah.
And so we watched the first one, and I'm just like, I'm describing it to her. I'm like, yeah, man, they kill his, spoilers, I apologize. They kill his dog, man, and it's so sad. Like, it's actually mortifyingly horrible. And that's the reason why, like, Keanu Reeves gets all fucking butthurt and goes on a murder rampage. And we get to the end of it, and at this point, like, the second one's already out. And she's just like, oh, are we going to watch the second one? And I'm like, yes, we are. They killed his goldfish this time.
Fucking hell, who writes this shit?
And
Seriously.
she went into the movie thinking that was exactly the plot of the film.
Oh, you were taking the piss? I thought you were actually being serious.
No.
Oh my god.
The thing is, the thing I found funny about it is the fact that, I mean, it was very sad when they killed a dog. And I do love dogs. I have a dog. I love my dog very much. But human beings are more important than dogs. And then John Wick goes and...
Please disagree.
John Wick goes and kills about 150. It reminds me of that amazing scene in Austin Powers where it's like his mates are all in the bar waiting for him. And he's like, gets a phone call from the wife. Oh, I'm sorry, but he's been murdered by Austin Powers. And all the henchmen are in the bar waiting for him because it's his birthday or something. And it like reminds me of that because like John Wick kills about 150 henchmen. Like in that, I mean, even in that one scene in the disco, and you're like, oh, that's brutal. Oh, and he's like, pow, pow, pow. Yeah,
I just like ultra-violent movies, mate. Like that's my jam. It's the reason why I play so much Blade and Sorcery. I just want to do horrible things to people in VR with spiky objects.
Living out your sick fantasies in VR.
Oh my god.
Living out what is essentially my dreams.
Yeah. And they say that violent video games don't promote violence. Actually, they don't promote violent behavior. So, right, should we talk about the elephant in the room, which we have been avoiding?
I've been trying to lose weight, man. Like, it's been on the to-do list for years.
Right. Surgical PlayStation VR 2.
Yes,
Price, release date, games. What? Because you had a PlayStation 5 up until recently when we convinced you to sell it.
Yeah, thanks, mate. Did I ever thank you for that? Cheers. No. Yeah, so was it £530 or $550? It's out on the 22nd of Feb. And I'm going to start a GoFundMe because my 40th birthday is in February. So, Mac, you can chip in at least £500. That'd be great.
Well, I'm going to pop down and see it.
No, yeah, it's there's quite a few games that have been mentioned. There's obviously going to be more before the actual release date, but yeah, it's only around the corner. So was it December, January? Yeah, like 2-3 months.
Yes, 4 months. Yeah.
Where are we now? Yeah, November.
Yeah, come on. It's the Dementia Podcast.
Hello. No, it's So that's what is it $350 for a PS5 or $450, isn't it? Or was it $450 and then $550?
No,
I can't remember.
It's $450 for the digital, and $500 plus for the one with the hard drive, for the one with the disc drive.
Yeah, so you're looking at bloody over $1,000 again. So
I'm looking at $1,100, £1,100. Well, nearly £1,100.
Yeah, I was halfway there, but then I changed the channel direction, and then, I mean, it's been great having the Quest. Oh God, it's been great for my channel.
He said it. He actually said it.
I have that recorded. I'm going to set it as my ringtone.
We have it.
It was great for my channel. There you go.
Did you watch Afterlife where they got the girl to say the CUNT word live? That is basically what you've just done. The Quest was great for my channel. Sorry, Sergi, carry on.
Yeah, so I was halfway there and I'm not now. So let's see. I mean, it's not going to be very IndieVR, is it? But it's still going to be awesome to have. But then if you're laying down that sort of money, look at the fucking Pimax that's coming as well. It's just like, it's really tough. There's so much shit coming out now. It was just the Quest 2 for ages, wasn't it? And now it's like you got everything around the corner or already out. So
it's like, but one of the things when I was looking into it was I was like, I mean, Horizon Dawn, whatever it's called, the robot dinosaur thing, that looks amazing. And
Yep.
Mike from VRO said that he was more excited for PSVR 2 than he was for anything else coming out soon, and that included the Quest Pro. But then when you look down at the list of games, and I talked about this in my video, I've played all of those games. There's a couple of exclusives, but basically, you know, they're going, oh, this is going to be amazing. Look at this. We've got After the Fall. We've got Pistol Whip. We've got Resident Evil Village. We've got Resident Evil 4 again. We've got Cosmonius High. And I'm just like sitting there thinking, played all of them. I've played all those. And the only exclusive I'm really excited for is the Horizon.
So you've
One,
got Horizon
okay.
Call of the Mountain.
Yeah.
You've got Firewall Ultra.
Firewall Ultra. Yeah, but I've never played the original Firewall, so.
Yeah, it was decent.
No, Firewall Ultra looks pretty good though,
Yeah.
man.
Firewall
Yeah, but
was
we've got
decent.
I've got contractors, so.
Yeah, this is it.
And I've got a Mindex. Meh, meh, meh. Yeah.
You say that Resident Evil Village, Star Wars Tales from the Galaxy's Edge, Enhanced Edition.
Pants.
Like you can polish a turd. You know that old saying.
Yeah.
No Man's Sky.
Same old,
Played
same
it.
old.
Walking Dead Retribution.
Same
which
old.
We're gonna play on PCVR anyway.
On the 1st of December, which we will get back to.
Yep. Demio.
Played it.
Same old.
Can't see any others on this page right now.
I have. Hold on. I've got. Oh, you have to go to Upload VR and then go to all the games announced for PlayStation 2.
I mean, Horizon is just going to be the flagship game. If you're getting a PSVR 2 and you don't buy Horizon, you might as well just fucking burn your computer, your PlayStation.
Yeah.
The Dark Pictures Switchback VR.
Yeah.
Crossfire Sierra Squad.
Yeah, I read about it. Sounds interesting. Co-op shooter against AI.
Yeah. The Light Brigade. Cities
That's-
VR.
Light Brigade is coming out on PC VR and Quest. Cities VR is already out
On everything.
on everything.
Cosmonius High.
That's out on everything else.
Hello Neighbor Search and Rescue.
That is not an exclusive.
Jurassic World Aftermath Collection.
You can play that on your Quest.
Yeah.
Pistol Whip. You can play
Played
that
it.
on anything. Zenith, you can play it on anything. After the Fall, you can play it on anything.
it on anything.
Tentacular, you can play it on anything.
I've just got to say, Tentacular, right? It's just one of those games. If it's in the sale and it's up for £5, just buy it. It's a weird, wonderful, funny game. Go anyway. Sorry, Tentacular.
Anyway, so
yeah.
I do want to say something though, right? When was the last time? Because regardless of the fact that some of these are available elsewhere, when was the last time you saw a headset or console come out with a list this good?
Yeah, and there's gonna be more. Like there's so much stuff they haven't announced that they're gonna wait a bit closer to the time. Still
The thing
quite a lot.
is,
yeah,
it's games that sell headsets, and there aren't enough exclusives. If you're into VR, all right. So, sorry, rewind a little bit. The attachment rate for PSVR to PS4 was 5%.
yeah.
So PS5 has sold how many consoles? 150 million or something like that. Have they actually managed to make that many?
No. Hold on.
I'm now looking it up to see if I can actually. PS5 console sales reached 25 million. 6 days ago.
5% attachment rate for the PSVR for the PS4. So that means that all of those people who are currently making games are going to lose an awful lot of money on the exclusives. The guys like After the Fall and Pistol Whip, who are just porting, they're like, I'm just getting more sales.
Yeah.
But if you are exclusively making a game for PS5, PSVR 2, and the attachment rate is 5%, and it might be less than that because 500 $50 is a lot of money. It's like, oh, 400. Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember when I got mine, it was like 300 odd quid with the headset and all these other bits and pieces, so it was easy to get into.
Yeah.
But yeah, 550. I mean, just like the eye tracking, all the stuff, foveated rendering and stuff. It's gonna stand out. It's definitely going to stand out.
We've also got so we've got two really good comments in my chat, which actually I'll go back to in a second. PSVR 2 games are going to cost £50 each. Console games are expensive.
70 quid. Yeah.
And Stephen Whitehead said, cable is a no-go for me, but it's not only tethered, it's also restricted to that one
console
ecosystem.
Yeah.
So if you buy a Pico 4 or you buy a Quest 2, you've got all the games available on standalone, then you've got PC VR as well. So what do you think of that?
It won't be long before some nerds start cracking it on the PC. It won't be long. It won't take long at all.
No, I don't think it will. But
hopefully,
over £1,000 for a tethered headset that's basically linked to one.
Yeah, it's pretty restricted, isn't it? Because if you got the Quest 2, you got the Quest 2 games, and if you got a PC, you got all the PC VR games, and it's just a lot more titles that you can access, isn't it? Doing it that way.
It is, yeah.
Because you can get a decent PC for. I mean, you'd have to spend to run VR and have a Quest 2 and stuff. It'll be a little bit more, I reckon, but there is a lot more there.
I reckon you could build a PC VR, a VR ready PC for £700 to £800, and a Quest second-hand Quest 2, £200 or £300. Shuey's looking very pensive there.
Sorry, there's a lot. Right, I'll explain and I'll apologise at the same time.
Okay, mate.
One of my big events of every single year is not a VR event. It is a specific festival happening in the UK, a music festival, and
your tickets have just gone on sale.
No, I've had my tickets for months.
Okay.
However, the announcement for the headliners and a ton of bands comes out in 12 minutes, but I've just found out that it's been released early.
Just download.
So it is Download Festival, and the lineup is just so absolutely phenomenally great this year. So
I would like to point out here that we lost contact with Shuey for nearly 6 days.
No, it was 7 because I was hungover for 2 days. It was.
That was so funny. We were like, Shuey, are you still alive? And we get like a on like Discord.
Yeah, no, there was no point in anything. For me, it was I was gone.
Aren't you meeting another content creator there or something? You said you met and you've been to the same places and.
Yeah, so I met him at EGX, but it turns out that I'm gonna. He was a VR promoter that lives quite near me, and it turns out that throughout our entire lives, we've basically spent a load of time at the same events. So yeah, no, I'm planning on. Jesus Christ, Mac, that's a whole bottle already.
I'd already started it before we. I'd like to.
Yeah, keep saying that. Keep saying it, mate.
Where's the next one? Crack it open, son.
It's outside getting cool. Sorry, Shuey. Sorry.
No, it's. I'm obviously super excited. The guy you mean? I can't remember his name off the top of my head. I've got him in my phone, but it will take me too long to find, I'm sure.
Okay, so right. So what's the lineup that's got you excited then?
Okay, so for those of you who know any kind of metal music, or if you're into your metal music, it's the main headliners are Bring Me the Horizon, Metallica, and Slipknot. All three of like big massive bands for me. Followed up by like Alex is on Fire, Architects, Distillers, Disturbed, Evanescence, Ghost, Prevail, Parkway Drive, Pendulum, Placebo, Simple Plan, within Temptation. Like there is just so much going on.
How off your nut do you think you'd be for the pendulum part? On a scale of 1 to 100, how fucked up do you think you're going to get? Because you said you love pendulum, right?
The last time I saw pendulum, I was in. I don't know how to put this because it's being live streamed. Let's just say
it might be incriminating.
Let's just say I had an incredibly good time. I felt incredibly. I felt very much a part of the community in a spiritual, physical, chemical sense, and it was phenomenal, mate. I cannot wait to see them again.
When is it? When is that again, mate? When is it?
You're gonna miss me in June next year.
Oh, okay.
I'll be away because I do the entire week. I'll be there from Wednesday until Monday.
It's okay. There's always a games drought in June. You'll be fine.
Exactly. Speaking of conventions and stuff, actually, have you looked into whether or not you're going to WASD?
No, I can't make it.
Oh, that's gutting. I actually did get my. I got my my press pass through the other day.
No, I'm not going. Basically, I've got somebody's 40th birthday party to go to sometime in February or March. Or
it's not yours, so
some dull ass guy that I've been knocking around with. He hasn't actually twigged that I'm talking.
I know
about
you're talking. Yeah, no, I know. Yeah. I didn't know if you were going to come. Like I did mention it to you, but
I'm coming.
You didn't sound very interested. I think you called me a prick and just hung up the phone. Said I'm not coming.
Sounds like him.
I was trying to be sort of, it'll be cool. I'll come down. Yeah.
Come down. Yeah. Oh, is it the same time as this WXD ASD thing? Was it WASD?
No, yeah. It's So do you remember the guy that we? Well, of course you won't remember the guy, but it's John that we met at in the Chinese restaurant. I think he's quite big behind it, isn't he?
He will be there. Yes, I think he's thinking about whether he's going to hire out a booth for it. It's on the 30th of March till the 1st of April.
Oh, I might be able to make that then. I might be able to make that. Oh no! I tell you what happened. I looked at hotel rooms and they were still like 250 quid or 200 quid for a night.
I'm just going to sleep on the street, mate. I'm just at this point now where
I think I might be sleeping on top of you then.
Keep me warm, mate. I'm more than happy to use you as a blanket.
Because next year I'm going to Gamescom and I'm going to EGX, and they're like the two that I really want to do.
I'm doing that and this. That's my plan. I don't know how I'm going to afford it because somehow I've got to buy a PS5, a PSVR 2. I've got to pay for 3 conventions, at least 1 festival, and whether Decard comes out next year, and I guess the Quest 3. Next year's going to be an expensive year, man.
Pimax, don't forget the Pimax.
Yeah, I can't afford that. But more importantly, Serge's birthday.
Googly Games. This is my pillow bit, mate. This is the bit that's comfy to sleep on. It's just the whole cloud of beard. It's... Sorry, that's in Serge's chat. He's saying that I look like a comfy pillow.
Chewy looks like a good... I haven't actually organised anything like solid, but something's going to happen that weekend. So you guys come down. It's in February, first week.
Yeah, let us know, mate. It's not far from me. Like I can just drive down the van and stay in the van on like a street outside.
Oh, you don't want to share the bed with me and Mac?
The murder van.
No, I must admit, right? If it was just one of you, I'd be like, that's fine. But as it turns out, like trying to create a Mac or an Indie sandwich or a me sandwich is just a bit too warm for my liking. It's when you need a shower before you go to bed, and as soon as you wake up, that it becomes a problem.
It would be like a reverse Oreo, wouldn't it?
Zen Quillity just said top and tail.
If you just wrapped around us, mate, it'd just be like a double stuff.
And you got to remember now that I'm actually quite sort of svelte. I don't actually take up a lot of space, so I can fit into any little space.
I'll put you in my little pillowcase.
Oh, and then snuggle me, you big bear.
Okay, so a couple of things.
Okay, that got a bit weird. Let's just move on.
we're right. So we're two things. First of all, we have not only do we have IndieVR's giveaway. So Indie, you need to set a thing for what your giveaway is. What do people need to do in order to be in for a chance of winning your giveaway?
Okay, so how should we do it? Just everyone in chat, or a lot of people?
Yeah,
that's what I'm going to do.
Okay, so I'm going to start the wheel. It's going to take me a few minutes to get it all done, though. So
we'll do the wheel at the end. But what do they need to say in chat in order?
Okay.
I thought it was just if you have been involved in the chat.
Yeah, if you're just in the chat,
that's fine. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so anyone that's been involved in the chat will have a chance of winning one of Indie's key giveaways by the end of the stream.
6 keys,
any one of the 3 streams.
Yeah, in any of our streams. It doesn't matter which one.
My stream, Power On stream, Indie stream. As long as you've commented,
get extra entries.
Get entered.
You don't get extra entries for being in multiple streams. Just so that we're clear.
Where is Weeble? He's not here today.
No, he's not here. Oh my God.
He must have fallen asleep on his 1960s couch.
That's ageist, that is.
Bless him.
No, I had a conversation with Weeble the other week, right? We're playing contractors, and I'm talking about how I've just been recently shot by my bank for my remortgage, okay? Going off topic again. And he turns round, right? Rather than just being like, "Oh, there, Power On VR, it's fine, mate. We're all in tough times." What does Weeble go and say? He goes, "I paid mine off in 1995," and I was just like, "Yeah," and I bet it only cost 20 grand. And he was like, "Actually, I looked at it; it was like 6." And I was like, "Oh, just shut up, Weeble. Just go away."
I bought my first house for £19,000.
You are just the worst.
I know. And when I retired. In February this year, I paid my mortgage off. So yeah, I'm in the same boat as Weeble, but I am actually quite a bit younger than him by nearly 12 years. So
it's not really a lot younger than him, is it? It's just same generation, really, at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the only difference
what did they call it?
No.
It was the greatest generation, wasn't it?
The golden
the war generation.
I'd like to point out the difference between me and Weeble and Surge is only that same, but 3 years. So Weeble to me to Surge, there's only a little tiny amount because he's going to be 40 this year. So
Okay, so anybody involved in the chat then will have a chance at winning one of Indie's keys. What are we doing as far as the other giveaway?
Right, so
this is the big one, guys. We're doing genuinely decent giveaway, okay?
We completely forgot last 2 weeks ago. So Resol VR, thank you very much, my friend, donated $40 during the stream, during the podcast. So we are going to give away 3 £10 Quest or Steam vouchers to anybody that has commented in my stream, Power On stream, or Indie stream. The draw will be done at the end of the video. So
even if you're not here.
Yeah, even if you're not here, even if you've watched 10 minutes and then buggered off, you will be entered in the stream. You will be entered in the competition. So we have 3. Try to do this with the camera. £10 Steam or Quest gift cards to give away. Thank you very much to Resol. Resol is an absolute legend.
Thank you very much, sir.
Just to reiterate, 3 gift cards and 3 game keys. Okay, we're doing quite a lot of stuff at the end of this one. So if you're interested in seeing what comes about of it, stick around for the wheel of ginormous crazy stuff.
I'm not doing that because I like.
What's going on in your chat? What's going on in your chat?
Who's
Indie.
Oh, the
giving away
Oathbreakers
keys.
dev is dropping keys in the chat, guys.
Okay, so jump into
Hey!
Indie's stream. There are
You're
key
getting
keys
chat.
being given away in the
Blab,
chat.
Steam. And I've got more keys to give away.
Oh, Oathbreakers!
Yeah, all
And you've
over.
got... Go on, dude. Thank you
Oathbreakers.
very much, Warcrown. Thank you very much.
Warcraft, mate. Really appreciate it, dude.
Dude, that's awesome. Thank you very much for joining. So yeah, no, just to clarify, there will be 6 winners.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not 3 times 3. Unfortunately, that math doesn't work for us. It's 3 plus 3.
Yes.
Man maths gone wrong.
Just to make sure everybody understands, if you've commented on anybody's stream, me, Power On, or Indie, then you are entered in the competition. We have 3 £10 vouchers to give away and 3 keys for Oathbreakers. And the dev of Oathbreakers has just dropped some keys into Indie's stream. Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, Sank, he's a cool dude, man.
Google Games has got in there. She's got in there, I think.
So yeah, Googly Games has got the Steam Oathbreakers. Let me know who gets the App Lab one. Mo Beast is jumping through streams, just literally writing the word comment.
Go away, Mo. Go away.
Right, it doesn't matter how many times you comment and on what streams you comment. It's only 1 entry per comment. So yeah, nice try, Mo Beast.
Okay, so
anyway,
Right.
Yeah.
So back into the VR stuff, right? Back into
Yes.
genuine VR stuff. As far as Sony PlayStation 5 VR2 is concerned, right? I'm looking right now, trying to find, and obviously, like a PlayStation 5 is still like gold dust. It's impossible to get hold of. But even at the cheapest amounts, right? So I just looked at Smith's Toys, and they still had their pricing from well over a year ago, like $389 for the digital edition. 420 something, I think 28 for the disc edition, and they're completely sold out, obviously, and they've been sold out forever. So whatever, it doesn't really matter. So, but then I have a look over at Curry's in the UK, and their cheapest bundle is also sold out. Bear in mind, is £599.
Yeah,
that's the cheapest amount.
Surgical sent me a link to Game the other day, and they had a PS5 bundle for Modern Warfare 2, and you had to buy the headphones as well at the same time, and it was £600, and that was the only way you could get your hands on a PS5 was to spend £600.
yeah, I paid $650 with a headset and all kinds of stuff, and I sold the other bits, so it worked out about the same. But yeah, it's a lot of money, man. It's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money, especially considering that a 4080 is going to cost about the same price.
What a guaranteed house fire.
No, the 4080.
Oh, the 18. Yeah.
This is the one with only the 12-pin power. Like 12-pin. Jesus Christ! I actually watched a video by a guy called J2 Cents. I don't know if anybody else has watched any of his stuff. Yeah. So he said that the 5000 series NVIDIA graphics cards would exceed the power requirements for a domestic household if they continue the that for the 4090. So from the 2080 to the 3080 to the 4080, if they then go to a 5080, it's actually going to exceed the power requirements for a domestic breaker box.
Jesus.
Something's going to break. So Moore's Law is going to break because basically you're going to blow people's houses up. That was just a by the by. Right, so shall we move on to something else?
Yeah. I
wanted to quickly just compare the fact that we're looking at £599 for a PlayStation 5 and £549 for a headset.
So it's actually over £1,100. Jesus Christ.
That's insanity. I'm still going to buy it. I'm not going to be happy about it. In fact, I'm going to be pissing and moaning the entire time I'm playing it.
Are you going to buy it? Are you going to buy it? And why are you going to buy it? Are you going to buy it for one particular game?
I'm going to buy it for one particular reason, but no one single game. I'm going to buy it because I'm a content creator. That's the reason I'm going to buy it. It sounds ridiculous, but obviously, like, my kids and my wife will be able to take advantage of the console, so that's good at least. And I really do want to play around with the haptic controllers because they're
do as well.
So awesome.
I do as well. I agree with you, absolutely, 100%. So I'm going to go to Mike from Virtual Reality Oasis here. Meta Quest, they screwed up his order for the Pro. They basically sent it. It got stuck. It got stuck in customs. So he actually was supposed to be doing a review of the Quest Pro, and he couldn't get his Quest Pro that Meta had actually sent him. So he went and bought a Quest Pro. So he spent £1,500 of his own money, and his review was absolutely meh. This is broken. They've released it. It's not finished. It's just not finished. Are you going to spend Are you going to spend £1,100 to review Horizon, whatever it is, when people like Nathy and Thrill and Virtual Reality Oasis and Beardo Benjo and all those guys are going to get their consoles before you and have early access?
I know, it's so dumb, isn't it? It's so dumb. I feel like I'm genuinely in the FOMO world right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm genuinely sitting there feeling like I'm going to miss out by not having it, and I don't know whether that is worth £1,100 or not. I genuinely don't. Like, I've just spent a lot of money upgrading my office, and I feel like
quite a lot of money.
quite a lot of the reason for me spending that money is because we're no longer spending 40 grand on a new office. Like, I don't have that choice anymore.
Oh, is that gone? Is it?
Yeah, basically, our mortgage got redone. Our mortgage payment doubled, and it was way out of budget for us to build that new thing. All because, you know, rich people are wankers. It's and have ruined the world for everybody else.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's out. So now this is why I'm spending so much money on this, is because I can no longer put that money into something that I really wanted to do.
But I'll be completely honest with you. You changed the way you did your videos about 6 weeks ago, 2 months ago.
Which ones?
You started doing the cross cut. That's
when
the
sort of mini news videos.
Yeah. It we're going back to spending £1,000 on a PSVR 2 that you don't really need. You don't need a massive space.
Shut up! People who have these massive spaces always say this. Money doesn't buy you happiness. It's only rich people that.
Yeah, look behind. Mac's got a massive bloody play space, isn't he?
Right. So all you got to do is look at Mike from VRO, and then if you watch his videos on where he actually films, his studio is in the loft of his mother and father-in-law's house, and it's tiny, right? So look at look at the quality of his content. It's obviously, you know, he's my hero.
Yeah.
I don't think it matters what your space is. I mean,
no.
Like Indie Surgical there is in his bedroom. He's probably not got any trousers on.
I haven't actually. He's wearing shorts. Do you want to see?
It doesn't matter. You know, it's the quality of your content. That's what makes people come back. People
100%.
like you. People like you. People like Surgical. People like Power On. I don't know why people like me. No clue. It's nothing to do with your setup. It's nothing to do with even the quality of your content. It's whether people actually like you. So the fact that you've avoided spending 40 grand is actually, to me, I think that's better because.
Yes and no, because I really wanted that office.
Oh, you did.
I really, really wanted that office.
I blame myself for this because when
you should, because you have put unrealistic expectations in my head.
But you've got to remember that I'm a lot older than you and had a lot more time to earn a bit more money. So when you came to visit me and you walked into the man cave and I showed you the things that we can do in the man cave, you were like, oh, I need this space. And then you went back home and you said to your wife, we're going to do this. But now...
We had... This is the thing, right? Before the economic world went to shit, we were completely within our budget, like with easily within our budget to actually spend that 40 grand plus another 15 to 20 grand on renovating the house as well. Like we had the ability, like the bank were willing to give us £90,000 in order to do whatever we wanted.
Wow.
And that was still within our budget.
Wow.
So instead of doing that now, we've had to scale back because we still need to do renovations to the house. So instead, we've borrowed 15,000, and somehow we have more than doubled our original mortgage payments over the course of 6 weeks, which is
crazy,
insanity. You know, it is what it is. Anyway, so let's get back off of that again and dive into
back to
subject.
VR.
Back to VR.
What about some games?
How about we talk about Aspire 2 a little bit?
Oh yes. Right.
Sorry guys, I was just doing all the Wheel of Names. I think we're up to date. It's a shit ton of names, it's like the biggest one I've ever seen.
Awesome. I love
so
it.
Excellent.
We're ready to go. Yeah, so we're towards the end, right? Okay.
So Surgical,
Yes.
you played Aspire 2 with me.
Unfortunately, yes.
Wow.
Now you were playing Beano and I was playing Sooty. So or was it the other way around? You were playing the big robot and I was playing the little tiny one.
Yeah.
Where was Sue in all of this? If Sooty was there,
She
that's an
was,
old joke. That's an old British joke.
Oh my god!
Did you just pull out something out of your ass? What was that? Power on?
Yeah, no, because I've been under the desk all day, I've had a heat pack on my back.
Oh,
my back
damn.
is killing me.
Yeah, we did a stream. It was surprisingly good fun because I just thought, okay, co-op kind of campaign, let's check it out. And then one of you is actually small, one of you is bigger, and the smaller guy can access areas that the bigger guy can't, and vice versa. So it's really good, well put together. From what we played of there's a separate campaign for multiplayer, so that's really good as well. So you got the solo campaign, and then you can do multiplayer with friends. I really enjoyed it. It was really good fun.
I agree. I mean, like, so what's going to happen is like we're going to talk about the co-op campaign, and then Shuey's going to talk about the single player campaign because he hasn't yet played the co-op. So, don't pair up with the psychopath. That's my one and only thing that I will say about playing Aspire 2 with Surgical, because Surgical, I was like the little dude, and it's amazing that because you're small, the guns are like big. So like when I was holding a shotgun, it was like, oh, this thing's absolutely enormous. And when you pull the trigger, it was like boom. But the whole idea of Aspire 2 is you have sense, you have stealth. The little dude can get into like places the big guy can't, and so he can like nip through like ventilation shafts and like scan so that the bigger robot can then plan his route through the level. Or if you're Surgical, he'll just open the door and go, say hello to my little friend, and then complain that he'd run out of ammo after about 5 minutes and was running away from all these huge robots while I was literally hiding in an air conditioning unit going, oh, I hope they don't spot me.
I think he went to... Yeah, go on. I think he went to the bathroom and then he came back and I just killed everybody instead of waiting for you.
So, yeah, I mean, it's like, it worked really well. It worked really well because I know, like, Aspire 1, when I played that, the AI was fucking dumb.
Yeah.
But these bastards, they flank. They're like, oh, there's find that room, and they come in from different corners. And if you are not paying attention, you will. I mean, we got into quite a lot of trouble, probably because Surgical just ran in with his machine gun, going ah. So I found the co-op to be absolutely brilliant, and I mean, like I said, if I hadn't gone in with the psychopath, I think if you'd have like done the stealth thing, did we have some sort of problem with the communication? I can't remember now, or was that?
Yeah, that was Quest 2 chat that we had to do, but so the stream couldn't hear our chat basically. Yeah.
So we had a small problem with the chat. It might have been our fault. I'm not going to blame Aspire 2 for that. But yeah, that game, and I'm not going to steal anything away from Shui, but when I played the single player campaign, those levels are big. So if you play co-op with a friend and you're actually being serious about getting through and trying to score the big points for doing it stealthy, then I think that game that's a big game, and it was fun. It was fun. So what were your feelings about the co-op, Serge?
Yeah, it was fun. I mean, it was a good laugh, and there's the element of where each person's got their own kind of little role as a little thing that you are, and as a human, and then you can activate different stuff, and those little zip line things that carry you around the levels and stuff. There's not really many titles in VR that have a co-op campaign like that, you know, where you've got your own kind of unique player that has different ability. So I think it's gonna be great. We can only play 2 levels though, couldn't we? Because like the embargo stuff. So
I need to explain here that we were actually given access to the full game, but we were asked not to show the opening level, the opening sequence. We could only play 2 of the co-op levels, so we can only play 2 of the single player levels. But obviously, Shui's going to talk about that. So we were under restriction, but yeah, I'm excited. So we'll hand over to Shui then, because he's going to talk about the single player campaign.
Yeah, so when I first got into VR, two games were promised to us from one company, and as of this moment, 2 years on, they still have not made good on their promise, right? And those games were Assassin's Creed and Splinter Cell. And of course, the company is Ubisoft, right? They said to us, "Oh yeah, like this VR thing's pretty popular. We're going to create these games." Well, we know that at the moment, Assassin's Creed is in development, right? We know that for a fact. What we also know for a fact is that Splinter Cell is not happening. It's been completely axed. Whether that was because whether that was because they don't believe that VR is mature enough in order to put their big names out there, or whether they think that like they just didn't have the budget to do both of them, I'm not 100% certain. But we're not getting them. We're not getting Splinter Cell, and so Aspire was always like that kind of Splinter Cell game. It wasn't a good Splinter Cell game. It was a good game in its own right, but it wasn't a good Splinter Cell game.
The first one.
Yes, the first Aspire was not a good Splinter Cell game. This, however, I believe is a true, like, spiritual successor to a Splinter Cell VR game that we never actually got. And So I went into this and I was like, I love the fact that you're taking control of like this cybernetic robot type model. Like you're not that robot, you're a person controlling that robot in a very sort of real VR meta kind of way, like fourth wall breaking kind of way. In fact, when it comes to the swapping of what do they call them? Aspire units, I think they're called.
Yeah.
And I'm very much when I get frustrated, I start killing people, right? Like, and I did it in Splinter Cell as well. Like, you'd get through, like, you'd run out of the little camera gadgets and you'd throw them around, and you'd accidentally get seen by someone, and you'd be like, oh, swivel around, shoot, like, take them out, hide the body, and then you'd just be like, do you know what? Shooting people's way more fun than not shooting people.
Has to be a headshot though.
Oh, it has to be a headshot. Yeah, this is the thing. And so, feel free, go and watch my video. Don't go and watch my video. It's up to you. It's half an hour of me just playing the single player stuff that we can show you. And I had a blast. Like I was determined to really go at this from a Splinter Cell type gameplay. I wanted to be stealthy. I wanted to kill as few people as possible, if anyone at all. I wanted to put a few people to sleep using the cool little dart gun thing that you've got in your arm, which is an amazing thing. Like the fact that it has like a little camera, and you can actually, if you look at your wrist, you can see the little camera bump in your wrist. Like they haven't hidden it; they've put it in the character model.
Oh, cool! I never realised that.
And so yeah, I'm being super sneaky, and like eventually you can tell I'm getting bored, and I'm just like, well, we can just put this guy to sleep. Like I didn't need to. He wasn't going to see me at all. And I was just like, yeah, that guy can go to sleep. That's fine. Hopefully his body doesn't get found. And then I'm like, oh, well, this guy, like I could sneak past him, but now we're going to put him to sleep as well. And then there's a point in my video where I'm just like, I'm still being sneaky, so you can't tell me I'm not being stealthy. But I've put this guy to sleep, and I've put this guy to sleep. I wonder if I can make a pile of sleeping bodies. And so I've got the pile of sleeping bodies, and as soon as I have that boredom moment, a guy pops around the corner and goes, "Ha! I've seen you do that." And I'm like, "Oh shit! Well, I guess I'm killing everybody now." And I start murdering all around the place, and then I go back to the pile of bodies and murder them because, you know, you've already killed people at this point. Yeah. It's a good game. It's a really good game.
We are all under embargo, right?
Yeah.
We cannot review this game. Like I can't say I score this game 9 out of 10 because I'm under embargo, and I'm not going to score the game 9 out of 10. But there's one thing that made me absolutely just thought it was amazing. You can walk up behind soldiers and you can say, hands up. And they go, and they put their hands up. And you say, drop the gun, and they drop the gun. You say, get down on the floor. They get down on the floor. And it's like, you're just talking to them. You don't actually do anything or touch them. And then if you want to, you can like put them to sleep.
Yeah.
Put them in the locker. You can move their gun. And then
you can literally bend down to them and just start beating them in the back of the head until they go to sleep. Which I have a TikTok coming out either tonight or tomorrow.
Oh, I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, so I sit there and I'm like, dude, put your hands up. And he's like, oh, I've got my hands up. And I'm like, drop your gun. And he's like, oh well, good luck unlocking that. And I'm like, get down on the floor. And he gets down on the floor and I'm like, well, gonna try and make you go to sleep now, and start just beating him in the face.
Didn't know you could do that. Oh, the gun unlocks as well. So all the guns have DNA locks. So every single gun is assigned to every single soldier. So if you, like Poweron said there, if you knock somebody out by repeatedly beating them on the back of the head because you're a psychopath, and then hide their body in a locker, you can pick their gun up, and then there's like a little mini game where you have to move a little sort
like
of...
you're hacking it, right? Like you're hacking the device. But you have to use your energy in order to achieve it.
You do it. And if you fail, that gun is not available for use. You just have to drop it. It's like... Because I picked up this wonderful like M4 with it had like an EOTech sight on it, and I was like, oh, look at that. And I was like, unlock, 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 unlock. Failed. Bollocks. Just had to drop it on the ground and walk away, because once it's locked, that's it. You're done. There's so many little things in Aspire that are so good. So going back to the stream that we did with Surgical, once we'd done the co-op stuff, we could only do 2 levels. So Surgical then went off and did his own stream, and I went off and did the single player stuff. And I decided, like Shuey, to do like pure Sam Fisher. And wow, there is so many things you can do. There are so many ways you can approach the levels. You can go in guns blazing. You can put people to sleep with your little, like, sort of dart. You can walk up behind them, sneak up behind them and put them to sleep, and then drag their bodies out the way so their mates don't know where they are. You can climb obstacles, get behind people. It's just...
Yeah, there's like... there's verticality, there's hidden paths and little hidden ways to get into, and yeah, there's a lot going on. So you basically attack each level how you want. You can do stealth, you can do all guns blazing, you can climb above them, you can go underneath as well, like underneath the grates, and they're above you and stuff. It's a really cool stealth game. It is really cool.
So, something I want to point out to people who get it, right, is if there's a thing in the game where a lot of it is in darkness and you have to use your Aspire vision, right? Yeah. And in order to do it, you sort of reach up and you use your trigger button, and that activates Aspire vision. Now, there are 2 options for this, and I will never be annoyed at anybody that decides to go against what I'm about to say. I understand fully, but there are 2 options. One is you can have binary on and off, so you literally tap it, it goes on, and just until you turn it off, right? My advice to you is don't activate that option. Actually leave it so that you're having to touch it, because it really... I tried it both ways, and I felt so much more involved in the world having to actually hold it up and feel like I'm actually doing something rather than just going, press a button, done, whatever. Yeah, I agree 100% there. So the way I did it was exactly the same way that Power On did it. I would have to hold the button, and when you look at an enemy, you then tag them. So I was like going, oh, shit, have I missed anybody? But then if you're playing co-op, it also highlights the enemies to your psychopathic friend who has a machine gun, who then decides to open the door and just machine gun everybody to death. But yeah, that's the joy of the game. You can do it however you want. I'm so excited for Aspire 2. That's out on the 17th, right? Yeah. Oh my god. And next week on Thursday. Has it been confirmed on the 17th, is it? Yeah, definitely. Yeah, 17th. Okay, I didn't know it had been confirmed. Yeah. I knew it was coming out 17th. This month. I just didn't know a date. Shall we? 17th. I mean, on Thursday, which is the 10th, we're doing Among Us is out, obviously, in VR. Oh, so we're doing the stream. So there's going to be the 4 of us, and I think we're going to get a couple of people from each of our Discords or our communities to get involved as well. I want to stick a hand out to Clickster to see if he's available. Yep. I think cool. Make really good on there. Yeah, let's do it. So we'll talk numbers and stuff, and we'll just get a couple of people from our Discord. I'm going to be playing Among Us all weekend. So if anybody wants to jump on and play, I'm going to be playing pretty much Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, and possibly even Sunday night. So yeah, I'm going to be hitting that one hard. I think we're going to be hitting that one hard. So there's going to be the live stream. There's going to be a review to follow. I haven't got early access because nor have I. It's such a massive game that the only people who've got big access are people like Caston Cherry, Ellis Toast. I can't say anything about it because I'm under a very heavy NDA, but I have played it. I hate you. I
Right.
can't. I literally can't. The NDA is like the largest, most airtight fuck you NDA that I've ever read. Right. But yeah, no, I've played it and I'm excited.
So, I've watched Gamertag's video
Yeah.
where they flew them out to Rio.
Yeah.
Or they flew them out to some place in the United States, and it was Cass and Cherry, Techman Jew, LS Toast,
GT, Mike from VRO,
and they actually played
Sostic, VR with Jasmine.
exactly.
Like,
the video
the
was
list goes on.
The video was 45 minutes long, right? So if you put if Gamertag puts a 45-minute long video on YouTube, nobody's going to watch it, right? Because it's 45 minutes long. That's too much time investment. I sat there eating my breakfast, pissing myself laughing. Yeah. It was, and he never got made the imposter.
No, that was gutting.
I was like, come on, GT! And like Cass and Cherry were like murdering people left, right, and centre, like. Because it seemed to be that Cass and Cherry were the ones who were just being made the imposter every time. But it was so funny. And every time like somebody bangs the button to bring everybody in, and they're all like, it was you. And obviously the imposter's like, no, I saw him murder such and such. And I was just like sitting there going, wow, this is content creator gold. It just looks so much fun.
Yeah, no, it's. I think it's going to be well worth it. I think it's going to. I'm under two minds with this because I really don't want it to be the second one. It's either going to be content creator gold and it's just going to be something to play over and over and over with a bunch of people, and it's going to be randoms or friends. Is going to be amazingly fun, or it's going to be a flash in the pan.
It's been out since 2018 and it's still popular.
This is the thing. It's not. I don't think it's as popular as you think it is now.
Oh, right, okay.
It doesn't get streamed anywhere near as often as it does, like even 18 months, a year ago. That's really, really died down. So I hope that this is going to revitalize it, and I hope people like the Wacky Cast and people like them are actually going to start playing this and going to be like, yeah, this is. Let's big this up. Let's do a load of content for it.
It's different in VR though.
Yeah, so what do you reckon? Like
yeah.
$10.99 to $15.99, do you reckon it'll cost?
I think it's confirmed at $9.99, isn't it?
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, it's really cheap. Yeah. I think they just want players.
So that's 7:30 on Thursday, right? Are you streaming it as well, Power? I think we're all...
if I can get... Because it is cross-play, right?
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, so I will be buying it on Steam rather than on Quest.
Same.
And then if that's the case, because I honestly cannot be, I can't be asked with trying to stream Quest games.
It's a pain in the fucking arse, son.
Yeah.
Whereas if I've got it on Steam, then I'll stream it all day long.
Oculus Developer Hub, mate. It's gold dust.
Yeah. Yeah. I started making the overlay background for that, and then I wiped my PC and forgot that I didn't bring it along with me, so I've got to start again.
Oh, buddy.
It's all right.
If anybody's wondering, Sergi's had to reboot his PC and reinstall Windows 10, so he's basically... This is the only thing he can do right now, is do the stream. Because if you asked him to do anything else, he'd be...
Oh, I've got pretty much everything sorted, I think, until there's like, oh, fuck's sake, that moment when you realise you need something. Oh, saying that, mate, I haven't installed Steam VR yet and set my index up and all that kind of stuff, so, yeah.
Yeah, for the next week of that, then.
So, can I quickly talk about a game that Sergi doesn't know about, but me and you did play at EGX, and that is Broken Edge.
Yes.
Right, Broken Edge. Looks shit. Best game I've played for a long time.
I disagree that it looks shit.
No, okay.
It doesn't, like, I like the art style of it, is the thing. Like, I can see why people dislike it, but actually, when I was speaking to the devs at EGX, they said that actually their biggest thing is that people kept saying, I love the art style of this. Because it's kind of cel-shaded in really pastel-y colours.
Yeah, so if people understand, so Broken Age is a sword fighting game that is done in, as my friend has just said, a pastel sort of cel shaded view, and it looks very simplistic. You have a sword, you're waving it about. Your friend has a sword, he's waving it about. You move toward each other. You don't have any control over that.
You kind of do.
You can kind of hold back a little bit, but basically
back, but you are going forwards.
You are going forward. So the idea of the game is that you pick one of 5 classes, and then you have an opponent in front of you, and you have to break his sword to win the game. And then once his sword is broken, you can stab him. So we played this at EGX, right? And like, I have to admit this, Power On won, right? But
he's not giving you the full story.
How
Power On fucking slaughtered him.
No, but how close? How close were all of our games? How close?
They were
like,
really.
Like, you beat me like 4-1, I think. Eventually, I
yeah,
think I won
but each one of our games lasted forever.
Oh, they did, and the thing I loved about it was, if you like, your opponent hits your sword and you've ended up with a little stub, you can kind of back off and let your sword kind of regrow. And he's going, no, I want to get forward so that you don't get the chance to regrow. And then you would do a perfect parry, and his sword would just explode. And then they'd be like, bollocks.
Or yours regenerates instantly, doesn't it, with a perfect parry? So it's like you flipping the entire match around.
So our time, I think there was like we played 5 games. I mean, literally, Power On did dominate me. I put my hands up here, but I came away from that thinking that is a great game. If you practice and get good at that, I mean, you actually have sword fighting experience, don't you?
Yeah. So here's the thing with the game is it fully rewards you for actually using the fighting style of the type of character you use. So if you're using the duelist, you're taking a more fencing style, and
which I was
using. And the game recognizes that you're actually holding it correctly and using it correctly and going for like the small attacks, like because you're using a very pointed weapon. Whereas if you're the barbarian, it's expecting you to do really, really slow, really powerful attacks. And if you just swing it, because it will still move without any issues, but it's not going to actually charge your weapon and give you that powerful attack. It's just going to give you a glancing blow.
So if you go back to our EGX footage, you'll see me, because I was playing a duelist and you were playing a.
What was I using?
No, you were doing this. You were.
Oh yeah, I was playing the barbarian. Yeah.
You were playing the barbarian. So the difference between so this actual footage exists. So if you watch Shuey, he's doing this, and I was playing a duelist who has 2 swords. So I was actually literally like standing in a fighting stance with 2 swords, one above my head and one in front of me to defend myself. And it was just incredible. I loved that game. I loved that game. I don't think it's going to do very well.
The thing is, it's coming out at. Oh no, I can't say. I don't know if it's been confirmed. It's coming out at a very
17th of November.
No, the price, because I know what the price is.
All right, I don't. Okay,
I'm not sure I meant to know what the price is, but I hounded a certain someone from Fast Travel Games.
Is he a big fella?
I can't either confirm nor deny. Either way, I will say this to you now: it is a very reasonable price. When I said I don't, if they do what Knock did, they're going to have a big problem. And I had a big discussion about this, and they confirmed to me that it is a very, very reasonable price, and I completely agree it is the perfect price for this game.
In my chat, which is completely unconnected, Mind Jive said it's been announced at $10.
Oh, that's fine, because yeah, it is $10, and I think that is perfect. $9.99, I think, is the perfect price for this game. I think any more than that, and it wouldn't sell, and any less than that, and it wouldn't be taken seriously, and it wouldn't. And I think it deserves that money. So yeah, $10 is perfect.
I'm going to buy it, and I'm going to buy it. And I'm going to play a lot of. I'm not going to play against Powron because he's a twat, and also very, very good at sword fighting, and also very competitive. And Henry Van Leer said he will never ever let you forget that. So I'm going to say that Henry Van Leer kicked your ass.
He absolutely annihilated me. I have no idea how. I genuinely like he was on it that day, man. I had no chance whatsoever.
Anybody wondering? This is the day in EGX where I met Powron for the first time. No, sorry, I met Powron for the second time. I met Henry Van Leer for the first time. I met Clickster. I met Buck3131. I met Dr. I met GT. I met Monkalicious.
Oh, that guy was amazing.
Oh, I want to take him home and like just put him in the corner and just cuddle him.
I went drinking with that guy all of Saturday night.
I went home. Shit.
You went home with your disease.
Yeah, with my fucking
London disease.
London disease, which I still haven't got over, by the way. 6 weeks later. Yeah, I'm still fucked. It's like I can't get rid of my cough, and my wife can't either. So it's not just me. Fucking London. I don't know whether I'm going to come down for your birthday, Serge. I might just
gonna kill us all.
Come down, have a few drinks, and then just bury me. Just bury me in Highgate Cemetery. I'll be done.
Why Highgate Cemetery? Just out of curiosity.
It's in London. That's where Churchill's buried.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay. I've never actually heard of it, and I'm kind of in Londonish.
Kind of in Londonish.
But you've read books on World War II and all that stuff, haven't you? So you're into all that.
I have.
Kind of...
I'm a massive World War II fan. Yeah. We've covered everything.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been streaming for 2.25 hours, and I mean, it's annoying because VR Realm has literally just joined, and we're about to say,
no,
VR!
He did this last time. Paul, man, you need to join earlier. Right, we're going to do the spin.
He's been in Neos, probably.
We've got some spinning to do.
Yes, man. There's a lot of games, and
right.
So
I mean,
should we do gift card, Oathbreaker, gift card, Oathbreaker, gift card like that? Just to make it fair?
Yeah, let's just do it a bit more fun. Have you got the list, Serge?
Yes, I have everybody. Are we...
Do you want to do it live, or are you just going to do it on yours?
I'll just do it on mine. Yeah.
Right, so shall we explain what's going on?
Yes.
Okay, right. So Surgical has 3 keys for Oathbreaker, and I, Resolve VR, about 4 weeks ago, donated $40 to the podcast. So we are going to give away 3 keys for £10, Quest gift cards or Steam gift cards. It depends on your choice. If you win, then you can have a £10 gift card from Steam or Quest. So
are you doing it live on your stream, Serge?
I can. I just need to pop it onto my OBS.
Say, if you do, then I'll brought up your stream onto mine so that people can see as well.
Give me a second.
But yeah, basically, guys, if you've been here at any point, if you've commented at any point, you have a chance of winning some stuff.
All you had to do was comment on any one of the 3 podcasts. So.
Okay, give me a sec. I'm just going to get it up. So.
That's what she said. No, that's what he said to her.
Let's not go there.
Give me a second.
So if anybody's wondering, this is a live stream of Sergi's podcast, IndieVR's podcast. Sorry, I keep calling
Yeah,
him
so if you
Sergi.
want to watch it live, that's fine. But I've got it up on my screen. I assume, Mac, you've got it up on your screen as well.
I've got it up on my screen as well. Surgical is looking very intently at the screen.
There you go. Let me just get it up.
There
There
we
you
have
go.
it. How long's the list? Oh, Jesus, that is a
Hey,
big
that
ass
is a
list.
big list.
Yeah.
The Wheel of Names. The Wheel of
Right.
Names.
There you go, guys. It's a lot of people. Thank you to everyone for entering.
Okay,
And we're going to do a
so
spin. Yep,
The
go on.
first £10 gift card. Go.
Are we taking people off as we go along?
Yeah, we'll
Yes.
take people off as we
Okay.
go along. I think that's the
Yeah,
fair way to
'cause-
do it.
Because either Weeble, Crash, or Anthridge is going to win everything. Oh, here we go. First spin. Who's
Assassin
the winner?
32.
Nice, congrats, dude.
Oh,
you-
is it Assassin 32? Right, you've won a £10 Quest or Oculus.
No, Quest or Steam. Quest or Steam.
Quest or
gift card.
Steam key.
Yep, you're writing this all down, Mac, yeah? Because I'll forget.
I am, yeah, I'm
Okay.
doing it, yeah. That's number one.
Okay, what's
number
this one?
two is, this is the Oathbreaker key.
Oathbreakers, which just came out on App Lab, so you can now play with people who play on Steam. Really cool game.
Assassin is in the chat. Assassin is in the chat.
Yeah, I think he was in your chat ages ago. Like I picked his name from the start. Here we go. Ooh,
That's Julian.
Julian.
Oh, I
Congrats, my
thought
guy.
Mind Drive had that. Julian. So Julian wins a key for Oathbreaker.
Okay. I've also got System Critical. I believe I've got 3 keys on the Quest 2. So
Well, okay, well, you're confusing the matter now because...
I'll do them at the end. Don't worry, it's fine.
Okay, we'll just carry on doing it. We'll find
Yeah.
more keys.
Right.
Give
The
on.
next spin is another £10 key for either Quest or Steam VR gift cards.
Dun, 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 dun. Nice. D1360 VR.
Right, nice, well done.
Congrats, man.
Okay, next one.
That was a gift card, yeah?
Yep.
That was a gift card.
So this is
Oathbreakers.
Oathbreakers on App Lab.
Zen Quilly says, pick me.
Ooh.
D1360 VR said, nice. Oh, no!
New gen.
Yeah,
Old gen versus new gen.
he was a last minute
Hey.
entry.
Congrats, man.
You
Congratulations.
win a key for Oathbreaker.
Okay, another Steam code we're doing now, yeah?
Hang on.
Yep.
Before you spin it,
Yep.
you're missing someone.
Who's missing?
You're missing Googly Games.
Oh, we'll give Googly Games a key. Put Googly Games
I'll add
in.
him. Yeah. Sorry, man.
I was gonna say add him.
Right.
100%. I apologise, man. It's difficult to get the help these days.
The best part is Googly's one of my moderators in my Discord.
No, I can
So,
see it, but
if
I'm
he
just
loses
like,
out,
wow.
yeah, if he loses out, right, spin the wheel. This is for the last £10 Steam or Quest.
It'd be amazing
key.
if Googly wins this.
It would be.
There you go.
That's Mark Alexander.
Mark Alexander wins the £10.
Congrats, man.
Well done, mate. One of my guys.
Nice one, dude. And then was that 2 Oathbreakers were done, right?
Yeah, this is the last Oathbreakers key.
I'm glad someone's writing it down because I'm not.
I am.
Yeah.
I've got it all here. Woo!
Glitch versus reality.
Glitch versus reality. Congrats, man.
Glitch. Yeah, glitch. Right, so what happened there is we have Assassin 32 won the first £10 Quest or Steam key gift card. Julian Ignacio Adar Paz won the first key for Oathbreakers. D1360 VR won the second. Why can't I do second? Second, £10 Steam or Quest VR. And then Old Gen. What was his name? Old Gen,
New Gen versus World.
Old Gen, he won the second Oathbreakers key. And then we have Mark Alexander won the third £10 gift card from Steam or Oculus. And then we have Glitch versus Reality won the last Oathbreakers key. So congratulations to everybody. Congratulations to everybody. We'll sort that out over the next 24 hours or so.
Yeah, I was going to say, get in touch, guys. If you're already on our Discords, then that's nice and easy. But if not, then get in contact with either me, Serge, or Mac. We'll point you in the right direction.
All the links are in my description below. I'm guessing that all the links are in Power On and Indie's description.
Mine
as well.
aren't, because I'm a lazy bastard and I need to actually sort out my description.
Right, so just join my Discord.
Yeah.
Assassin, D1360 VR, and Mark Alexander. Well, I know that Assassin and Mark Alexander are already part of my Discord, so yeah, just DM me on Discord and I will sort you out with your vouchers for free games. Nothing better than that.
Yeah, nice. I'll the other system critical ones I can just do it in the stream or something. I've got a few keys for that too. Unless you want to do the spins now, it's up to you guys.
Let's do it. Let's do them another time, mate.
All right.
We're approaching the 2.5 hour mark, and as it turns out, beer plus 2.5 hour stream without leaving it, I am actually desperate for a piss.
Yes,
There you go.
so am I.
Well, I just sit there. It's when I'm wearing shorts. I just piss my pants. It's easier. got to keep them entertained, you know.
I just top up my water cooling, mate. It's just the way I roll.
Yeah, well done to everyone who entered. It's been great, guys. I think we've covered everything, and you guys need to be relieved of your duties, so you can go to the wee.
Yeah.
Cool.
Right. Well, in that case, guys, it has been absolute pleasure to have you join us. Mac, it has been great fun as always, mate. Indy, oh God, it's just fantastic.
Thank you very much.
I love doing this podcast. Like, I always, it gets to Monday and I'm like, oh, I'm quite tired and I haven't quite looked at all the news this week yet. And then we get going and I have a couple of beers in me and I'm like, do you know what? I fucking love doing this.
I do as well. I really appreciate Power On. I really appreciate IndieVR. Thank you, guys. Thank you for everybody who's been in everybody's chat, because what you don't realise is that we actually have everybody's chats up.
Yeah.
So we know what's going on in everybody's chats. I love giving stuff away. It's just so much fun. On my channel, we've done a 7 days, 7 spins just recently, and it was just wonderful to give back to our communities. And, you know, we're small content creators, and we are a team, and we have been a team for what, 8 months now, 6 months, 8 months now. This is like season 1 episode.
This is month 10, mate.
Wow, that's incredible.
Like, we started in January.
Oh my God.
Years flown by.
So season 2 is coming in 2023. But we got some more.
And we'll do some upgrades, and we'll gain some backgrounds and stuff and things.
I tell you what, mind, go back and watch season 1, episode 1 of Virtually Rek't, and it's completely different. It's weird.
Go back and watch season 1, episode 10, and we're still getting in there and talking for 10 minutes before we realise we've got no audio. Like.
You got to remember that the people who are with us, the people who are in our Discords, the people who are commenting on our chat, it's a journey. It is a journey. You know, all these guys like Nathy and Thrill and Mike, they all started somewhere and they look slick as fuck. But basically, they started where we were. So we're a team. I can't wait for us to get to that 100,000 subscriber mark. I can't wait for that moment that we can all of us say we're at the 100,000 subscribers. I'm so proud of all of you. I'm so proud of the people in the chat. I'm so proud of what's happening. I'm overwhelmed. I am overwhelmed. People watching me, you, and Serge just talk shit. It's just great. Sorry. I've got a lot of emotion.
Yeah, no, I feel it, mate. Let's do some outro, shall we?
Yes.
So, Mac, let us know where people can find you.
They can find me at MacinVR on YouTube. They can find me at MacinVR on Twitter. They can find me at MacinVR on Discord. But I don't do any other socials because I'm old and I'm limited. Surgical!
Okay. Yeah, it's I'm on IndieVR on YouTube and Indie_VR on Twitter. And you can join my Discord. It's all in the description.
Awesome
Yes.
sauce. Right, yeah, so you can find me at Power and VR on YouTube, Power and VR on Twitter, and I'm actually getting back into doing TikTok. I quite fancied it. I'm not really sure why. So yeah, I'm doing all of the stuff now. So yeah, come find me. I've got a Discord as well. Can't tell you how to get to it other than go through the YouTube channel. You know, go find that stuff. And both myself and Mac, we need to point out as well, we do have our channel memberships open.
We do.
So if you want a little bit of more Power on VR or you want a bit more Mac in VR, then hit that join button. We do have to plug it at the end because, you know, at the end of the day, we're still doing the content creation thing.
We need money.
Yes, everybody does need that. And everybody else does need private access to Discord channels. So anyway, it has been awesome. Thank you very much for joining us. Oh, he left it on such a good cliffhanger.
I thought you were going to say something profound there. And you
No,
just
I was
went...
going to try and stay really still, but I'm a little bit drunk.
Okay, good night, everybody.
Cheers, guys. See ya.
Stream is over. See you, Power On. See you, Indie.
See you, guys.
It's been fucking amazing, as per usual.
Bye.
Later, people. Have